Hello, I'm Mayfield, and it's good to be with you today on this program. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate it. If you're writing my name on many outlets, you can find many of my videos on a lot of sites, just Raymond Mayfield. And I appreciate you sharing all these videos. We're living in the last days, I believe, and I'm doing my best to do my part to get the word out and to share the message of Jesus Christ. He is the Son of God. He died and rose again, and I love him very much today. I do counseling on a couple of sites, rmayfield.com, counselorsofpeace.com and counselorsoftruth.com. If I can help you, please give me a call. I want to talk about the fiery furnace. Daniel chapter 3 is where I'm at. In this session, we will talk about Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon. He makes a golden image and commands everyone to fall down and worship the image. There were some Jewish people in captivity, and they would not fall down to worship the image. In verse 1 of that same chapter, chapter 3, King Nebuchadnezzar made a statue 90 feet high and 9 feet wide, and set up on the plains of Dura in the province of Babylon, according to the Living Bible. They were having a dedication, and all the princes, the governors, the judges, the captain, all the leadership people, etc. were there and supposed to be there. All the leaders were summoned to come over there to participate in this dedication service of this big image that had been erected. In verse 5, with everyone present, when the band strikes up, you're to fall flat on the ground to worship King Nebuchadnezzar's golden statue, and anyone who refuses to obey will immediately be thrown into the flaming fiery furnace. Living Bible. And fell to the ground, and they worshipped except a few Jews who said, we're not going to fall down and worship. And they were Shadrack, Meshack, and Abednego. And they were brought before the king and given a second chance. And the king was very angry when he heard that some of the Jews wouldn't do that, wouldn't fall down, because they were in somewhat of a leadership position. And their reply to King Nebuchadnezzar was, we are not worried about what will happen to us. If we are thrown into the flaming furnace, our God is able to deliver us, and he will deliver us out of your hand, your majesty. But if he doesn't, please understand, sir, that when we will never under any circumstances serve your God or worship the golden statue you have erected. Oh, what a wonderful testimony those three men had. They stood up for God. They would not bow down. They would not compromise. They're only going to serve the living God. They were in captivity and they were over in Babylon, but they were not going to worship the gods that were in Babylon. The king was so angry he told them to heat the furnace 7 times hotter, and Shadrack and Meshack and Abednego fell down in the burning furnace, bound by ropes and in their clothes. The fire was so hot the soldiers were killed who threw them in, because the furnace was heated 7 times hotter. Nebuchadnezzar was astonished. Did not we cast 3 men bound in the fire? When he looked down in there, and the king said, I see 4 men unbound, walking around in the fire, and they aren't even hurt by the flames. And the 4th one looks like a god, according to the Living Bible in verse number 25. Then they were brought out of the fire without even a smell of smoke upon their clothes. Not one hair had been singed in the fire. They were protected by God in the fire, and when they came out of there, they were promoted. God had been glorified, and he had been praised, because 3 of his men stood up for what they believed in and would not compromise their testimony. We've learned today that God wants us to worship only him. That is Jehovah God. That 3 Jews stood up for the Lord that they served and would not bow down to any image or any idolatry. They were thrown into a hot furnace, and they were not worried about what would happen to them. They believed God could take care of them, and if he didn't take care of them and they went on to glory, they knew that they were living right and they were ready to go. But they were delivered and promoted within the kingdom. When they came out of there, they were promoted, and there was a decree said, anyone that makes fun of the gods that Shadrack and Meshack and Abednego are serving, they're going to have serious consequences as a result. Isn't it wonderful when we don't compromise today? We're living in a world today where everyone is trying to compromise their Christian faith and believe. We need to stand up for what we believe in. Jehovah God is the only way. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man can come to the Father except by me. And I want to tell you, I love Jesus Christ today. I want to serve him. I don't want to fall down to any other image. I want to serve the true and the living God. This is Raymond Mayfield, and it's certainly been great to be with you. I love you, and I'll talk to you again real soon.